Welcome to KENS 5 on this election night. All day long, voters in Bexar County and around the country lining up at the polls to make their voices heard in a number of important local, state, and national races to decide the future of our country. At the top of the ticket, the race for president. Former President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris making their final push to voters, and both will be holding watch parties tonight. Plus, in this election, the balance of power in Congress up for grabs. Tonight, we have team coverage with reporters covering the U.S. Senate campaign from Houston and Dallas, the top races in Bexar County, and staying up to date with the latest from the Bexar County election officials. But first, we begin with Houston, where Senator Ted Cruz is trying to keep his U.S. Senate seat. KENS 5 reporter Megan Reyna joins us live. Megan.
Well, Deborah, in less than 30 minutes, we'll get our first look at his official election night watch party here in downtown Houston. The doors open for his supporters at 7 o'clock. This is a free but ticketed event. We know, of course, Cruz looking to secure his third term. In his own words, keep Texas, Texas for 6 more years. Now, Cruz did early vote, so we weren't able to catch up with him earlier today. We know he did spend his morning speaking with different radio shows. But yesterday, he made a stop in our area speaking to a crowd about 500 people in Selma. Cruz has been campaigning to portray his opponent, Congressman Colin Allred, as too liberal for Texas. He has attacked him in political ads when it comes to the transgender and sports issue. And during his rallies, like the one we saw yesterday, he spends a large chunk of his speech talking about immigration and border security. Take a listen to what he had to say.
He refers to the border wall. He calls it, quote, that racist border wall, and he has pledged to personally tear down, quote, that racist border wall.
Back in 2018, Cruz narrowly won re-election against Democrat Beto O'Rourke. And while major cities like Dallas, Houston, and San Antonio voted in favor of Beto back in 2018, Cruz overwhelmingly won in rural counties surrounding those major cities. We're talking about Bandera and Kendall County, just to name a few. The most recent polls, though, do show that Cruz has a lead over Allred. Specifically, the New York Times Siena College poll shows that he has about a 4% lead. But ultimately, we find out tonight what voters have decided. Again, that watch party set to begin at 7 o'clock here in downtown Houston. But of course, Colin Allred wants to become the first Democrat to win a statewide office in Texas in 30 years. Our Alicia Nieves is in Dallas, where he was pushing for those final votes today. Alicia.
Well, Megan, this race certainly among the most expensive this election cycle at $160 million, and it may test the shift that we have been seeing in a red state. For example, we have more Hispanic voters, more voters of color in general, more people moving to Texas. So Colin Allred believes these changing demographics in Texas could mean a victory is within reach. The 3-term congressman is a 4th-generation Texan, spent a lot of his childhood in Brownsville, raised in Dallas by a single mother. He was captain of the Baylor football team, an NFL linebacker, and a civil rights attorney. 3 weeks ago, he was debating against Senator Ted Cruz. And when speaking about abortion, Allred says he trusts Texas women to make their own health care decisions. He said when he joins the Senate, he will restore a woman's right to choose, and he'll make Roe v. Wade the law of the land again. He said he believes in physical barriers as part of a comprehensive strategy to secure the border. He mentioned a bill from the House for $20 billion to get 1,000 Border Patrol agents, more immigration judges, more asylum officers to help us deal with the backlog. He aims to pass that bill. We asked the congressman his biggest challenge during these final hours before the polls close.
Everybody's got to vote, and every Texan has to know that their voice matters. Every vote will matter. It doesn't matter where you are in our state. It doesn't matter if you have a competitive local race. This race will be, and we need your vote. We need your voice. This is not one that you wouldn't sit out. You wouldn't let somebody pick your Netflix playlist for the next 6 years. Don't let them pick your senator.
This afternoon, the congressman thanked volunteers at a local phone bank pushing for last-minute votes, and then he went block walking in Dallas to knock on doors. And he has experience, by the way, beating a high-profile Republican incumbent. In 2018, he defeated Representative Pete Sessions to enter Congress as representative of the 32nd Congressional District. A watch party will begin at 7 o'clock tonight right behind me at the Longhorn Ballroom just south of downtown Dallas. If elected, Colin Allred will be the first black senator of Texas. Reporting live in Dallas, Alicia Nieves, KENS 5.